Welcome back. As we've been reporting, several Houston ISD schools are dealing with HVAC issues. Some parents have pulled their students out of school while others are left to endure the heat. Dr. Mehul Patel, Pediatric Medical Director of Memorial Hermann, joins us now to discuss the impact these conditions have on learning. Dr. Patel, thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
We know these temperatures are uncomfortable, right? They're certainly not conducive to learning. Talk to us about the risk associated with having to endure hours upon hours of heat in a classroom like this.
So obviously it depends on air ventilation. I don't know how hot the classrooms are getting or whatnot, but we know that when the heat's coming in, it makes it really hard. Even when we're sweaty, it's hard to focus on work. It's hard to focus on a teacher speaking or instructing. The heat also elevates your heart rate, making you, dehydrates you even faster. So hopefully, everyone's hydrating really well when they're in these environments.
And it also can be triggering too, right? Being in hot atmospheres, if you're uncomfortable, you feel agitated, you're restless. Meteorologist Caroline Brown and I were just talking during commercial break. You sort of feel meh, right? And so trying to focus, that's difficult. Talk to us about the concerns, right? The risks associated with staying in these environments for long periods of time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like you said, you get very jittery. You just feel sweaty. Again, the biggest risk is the dehydration factor, right? Kids in general, we don't hydrate well. One of the biggest things I spend a lot of my time on is telling kids, hey, make sure when you're out there playing football, whatever you're doing, hydrate. So if you're in a classroom sitting there for hours, taking tests or just listening to teacher instruction, you're not drinking water. You're not even thinking about it because you're just thinking about how uncomfortable you are. So at that point, you can actually get dehydrated, get really bad headaches, even like dizziness and passing out are possibilities.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Drinking your H2O, drinking those electrolytes, getting enough of that, right? Staying hydrated, that is key, and not always does that happen. Dr. Patel, talk to us about what you can do to stay hydrated. What are other ways to ensure that you are prepared for this heat?
So the biggest thing with hydration is consistency, right? It's not drinking 4 bottles of water all at once. It's sipping all throughout the day. If you're an athlete, drinking way more than that, right? People always used to focus on the eight glasses of water a day, 64 ounces a day. But really the trick is just to make sure you always have a water bottle on hand. So I love the, recent trend of the Stanley cups and all that, that are, coming in, and people are using those a lot more. That's a great idea, just to make sure that you're constantly sipping on water and, like you said, electrolytes throughout the day, just to make yourself feel energized, especially if you're in those really hot climates for a long time.
That's a really good point. Talk to us about eating your water.
Yeah, absolutely. So remember, a lot of your water can be eaten, right? So, summer is great in Houston. We have mangoes in season, watermelon, berries. You can eat your, so fruits are a great way to get water in. And then, just making smoothies. One of the, I tell parents all the time, if your kids are not eating your veggies, throw your veggies and fruits in a blender, add coconut water, a little bit of vanilla Greek yogurt, blend it up, and just sip on that all day long.
It's beneficial and it tastes good as well.
Right.
Okay. Dr. Patel, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. We do appreciate it.